All right, you may be seated. Let's get right into this. I have to tell you, I really enjoy the second day of Rosh Hashanah. It's just the people who really want to be here. I'm thinking next year we could just close that wall. That'd be good. You know, every year on Rosh Hashanah, I usually start with a song. Now, normally it's on the first day that I do that for the sermon. We start with a song, but yesterday I had to get that sermon out of my system. It wasn't a sermon that could wait to be shared. So this year, on the second day, today, we're going to sing a song in the hopes that you'll engage with me. Although I do have to make one side comment. After we're done with the song, you're not supposed to respond. Okay? When I gave that sermon, the one that I started off with yesterday about the achievements of Greece, I couldn't get on with the sermon because there were so many people sharing different achievements of Greece. So after we're done singing, we're just going to go on to the sermon. So I'm going to just do the first line and you'll know immediately where it's from. Do you love me? Don't get to do I love you yet. That is way further down in this song, okay? But first off, before we continue with this, something's been bothering me about this song. Now, picture in your mind Tevye. Any Tevye you want. Okay? Topol you can think of. Anybody you want to think of as Tevye. At the end of the song, it says, for 25 years, I've washed your clothes, right? 25 years they had been married. Now, how many of you have been married for more than 30 years? Okay, now look at yourself and think of Tevye. Who looks older? Now let's do that with 40. How many people married 40 years? Now look at yourselves. So I just want you to know that bothers me about the song, okay? So here we go. Do you love me? Do I what? Do you love me? With we're not on that part yet. With our daughters getting married, the town is in trouble. Maybe it's indigestion. Oh no, Goldie, I'm asking you a question. Do you love me? No, we're not on that part yet. I've washed your clothes, cooked your meals, given you children. If that's not love, what is? Then you love me. I suppose I do. It doesn't change a thing, but even so, after 25 years, it's nice. So when I hear Tevye ask, do you love me? I hear the real question, and that is, do I matter? He asks again and again, and Golda first deflects, go lie down, look what I've done for you, but he pushes. Not what you've done, but how do you feel? Not logistics, but connection. When Ben Sira once said, the bonds of love are as strong as death, the question is not only am I lovable, but am I love-able? Can I give love? Can I receive love? It takes a whole song and then sometimes a whole life to say what we truly mean. So much noise gets in the way, intentionally, internally, externally, by accident, yet human need is simple. To be heard, to be understood, to be loved. The Shema, the holiest sentence in Jewish life, begins, Shema Yisrael. Listen. Listen. And then it says, V'dibar tabam, later in the next paragraph, V'dibar tabam, when you're at home, when you lie down, when you rise out, speak. First, listen. then speak. Speak so people will listen, and listen so people will speak. So today, as we find ourselves amidst the days of awe, let's ask not only if we're speaking, but if we're connecting. Are we communicating soul to soul? That's the job of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, is to connect. Can we talk, we say? I mean, really talk. Not text, not voice memo, not the accidental GIF. I'm going to do that until somebody tells me. I mean, can we really talk? Because whether or not you've noticed it, we are in a communication crisis right now. We have more tools than we've ever had before. FaceTime, Slack, Teams, even to communicate across languages, Duolingo, Rosetta Stone. We learn how to shout at each other in different languages through apps like Babbel that remind us that we haven't kept up with our language change. We get news bites, hot takes, and podcasts. And there's something really interesting I noticed in listening to an Audible book recently. You can speed up the person who is narrating, as if we don't have time to just take in the words. We're always in a hurry to move to the next thing. We scroll, we swipe, we skim. Even when something serious happens, a war, an election, a tragedy, we don't stop to think, we just keep clicking. So let's do a mini thought experiment. This is what we say to our spouses when we're late. It's okay, we're almost there. To a coworker, we say, let's be more punctual next time. To a cashier who is smiling excessively, take your time. To our kids, when we are stuck in traffic, I'm leaving without you. So we're on the high holidays. And now is our time to talk. And we never understand each other because we're just saying hi and goodbye and moving on. So, but here's where Judaism can help us find our way back, because in our tradition, language is sacred. The Torah speaks of the world coming into being. God speaks, let there be light. God doesn't snap God's fingers. God doesn't click to upload. God speaks. In Kabbalah, each letter is a building block for the universe. The Talmud says we didn't just hear the words at Sinai, we saw them. Midrash Rabbah teaches that the Torah is given in fire because words can warm the soul or burn a bridge. In the Midrash, it reminds us all the time, throughout our sacred history, it teaches us the value of language, but we so quickly forget. We use sarcasm to deflect. We text what we shouldn't say out loud. How many times have we read a comment on Facebook which we would never say out loud? I already told you, I'm losing my patience. We write, but we wouldn't say. We forget. What we say shapes how other people, how they see themselves, how we see each other. And guess what? Modern psychology agrees. Communication is never just about words, it's tone and timing and posture. The looks that a spouse can give another look across the table. I see you looking at your spouses. Sometimes that look is longer than a paragraph. And so the Zohar teaches there is speech that speaks and there is speech that is silent. Sometimes the most painful Communication isn't what's said, it's what isn't said. The fight you never had, the text that is unanswered, the voicemail that's never left. Even Moses, our greatest prophet, hits the rock instead of speaking to it. A failure of language. And for that, he doesn't enter the Holy Land. The story reminds us you can do everything else right, but if communication breaks down, you might miss the promised land in your relationships. How many times have you said something you wish you never said, that you could take it back? I tell couples under the chuppah all the time, when we're about to break the glass, yes, it reminds us of the destruction of the temple, but it also reminds us you can't put the pieces back together once they're broken. Be careful in the language that you use. Let me share you something from my home. Someone I love said something that landed wrong. It was cruel and it was careless. I had the opportunity to snap back or to shut down. Instead, after the 10 deep breaths, which actually work, I said, "Can I tell you how that landed for me?" And something shifted. Not magic, but something sacred. Sometimes choosing the right words is an act of holiness. And our tradition gives us a path back, not only through prayer, but also through conversation. That's what is going on here. Maybe it's scripted for us in the machzor. Maybe the words are presented for us in our prayer book. But at least it gives us an opportunity to start the conversation. God asks Adam a very funny question. God says to Adam in Genesis, "Ayeka, where are you?" God knows exactly where Adam is. But he's asking Adam for an opportunity to start a conversation. Where are you? What are you thinking about? What's going on for you? Where are you sitting right now? Ayeka means, are we still connected? So here we are in the days of awe. A season for speaking truths, whispering prayers, saying things we never quite get an opportunity to say. What if we use this season not to just talk to God, but to speak more kindly, more intentionally, more courageously to one another? So let me offer you 5 kavanot, 5 intentions for the new year. Speak less, listen more. Choose words that build, not break. Communicate like every word is a prayer. Update your relationship language. Talk to your spouse with love, your coworkers with dignity, your children with attention, your parents with patience, even when they've left 5 voicemails. Forgive miscommunication. We mess up. We all do. We stumble. Give them the chance to get it right, even if it takes a few tries. Say, "I'm sorry." Say, "I love you." Say, "I see you." The holiest conversation is not the one with the best vocabulary. It's the ones that lead to the deepest connections. So I pray in the coming year, may we speak truth. May we listen deeply. And may we remember when we truly communicate, we are never far from God. Shana Tova. A sweet, a clear, and connected new year. Yeah. We continue now on page 123 with the Chatzi Kaddish. In preparation for the Musaf Amidah, let me share with you a thought. How do we measure success? It's a funny question. Sharon and I were actually just talking about it this morning. Sometimes people measure success by job title or salary. Let me suggest that there is a better way to measure success. good relationships, financial health, good health and well-being, free time.